Hey guys, hope everyone's had a good weekend. Today we're going to be running through the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. So I'm just going to set up an agenda for today's live. It's going to be 30 minutes. It's all going to be around top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. So in a minute or two, I'm just going to be running through a welcome and a introduction about the live over the next 30 minutes. Then going to be running into mistake number 1 when it comes to the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains, which is going to be around not basing your program around a set structure, just doing random workouts. Then going to move into mistake number 2 when it comes to top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains, and that is ego lifting. Then into mistake number 3, which is a real big one, which is around not eating enough calories. That's one of the most common ones that I find when we're talking about the top 5 gym beginner mistakes. Into mistake number 4, which is around no rest and too much cardio. And then lastly, into mistake number 5, which will be expecting fast results. So if you guys have got any questions whilst we're running through the session, then feel free to put them in the comments. Always happy to answer them as I'm running through. Just on around 9:30, I'm going to be closing up the session, but we can have a rapid fire Q&A towards the end of the session today. So just for anyone that is joining a little bit later, today we are going to be doing a live on the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. And look, just in terms of a welcome and an introduction, so my name is Ross. I've been training for over a decade. I've got a passion for health and fitness and helping people get into shape in 2026. So I'm running these clinics where I'm focusing on different aspects and different fitness topics to help you guys get into shape in 2026. So if you're new to the gym and you're not seeing the results that you want, you're probably making one of these 5 mistakes. You could even be someone who's quite experienced in the gym. Maybe you were seeing results when you first started going to the gym, but unfortunately, maybe those results have stalled. And this is going to be really important because if you can fix some of these mistakes that I'm going to be running through today, this will waste a lot of time. It will waste a lot of months trying to chase progress if you cover these 5 mistakes. So comment gym if you guys are a beginner. Look, I think the best way to go through these live sessions is to be completely honest, and that sometimes we can get a little bit complacent when we're going to the gym for quite a consistent period of time. Also as well, if you're a beginner, then you don't really know where to start. So hopefully here today, we'll run through the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. So mistake number 1 is not following a program. So you're just doing random workouts when you go to the gym. The main reasons of why this kills your gains is there is no progressive overload, there's inconsistent stimulus, and you can't track improvement. So if you are going to the gym, you are not having a set structure when it comes to your training program, and you're just doing random workouts here and there, you can't prioritize progressive overload. And progressive overload is the key to consistently seeing progress in the gym. If you don't want to kill your gains, you need to make sure that you are chasing progressive overload, and that is great through a set program. If you're doing random workouts, you don't know, you're not prioritizing progressive overload because you're doing such random workouts. It's even hard to track your progress. There's inconsistent stimulus across your body, because in order for your body to grow, you need to send the signals to your body that basically you want to grow and that you want to change your body. And if you're doing random workouts, then you can't do no progressive overload. There's inconsistent stimulus and you can't track improvement. So some of the simple fixes that you can do for not following a program is follow a simple workout split. I've touched upon this before, but I generally follow a full body 3-day split. For me, I think for the average person who's not got a lot of time to go to the gym, but still wants to get into shape and wants to still stay in shape, this is the one that is going to be, you're not going to overcommit yourself every week. 3 days a week is all that you need to get into shape. Follow the full full body split, and it's really important to track your reps and track your weight. If you are not progressively overloaded, if you're not adding weights every week, I know we have good and bad sessions, but if you are not consistently adding small amounts of weight as you're moving through the weeks, then that is why you are potentially not seeing the results that you want, and it's killing your gains. So mistake number 2, the reasons of why you are not seeing the results, or the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains, is ego lifting. So if you guys are putting too much weight on the bar, or you're lifting way too heavy too soon, then this kills gains, because it's bad form, it's a huge injury risk, and it's less muscle tension. So let's just take them one by one. If you are doing bad form on any exercise, if you're not going through the full range of motion, then you are not going to be activating the muscles in terms of stimulus and growth. You need to be going through the full range of motion. Weight is important, but remember, it's form over weight. Also as well, if you are ego lifting and you are really pushing those boundaries in terms of what you can actually lift correctly, then this is going to be a huge injury risk. If you get injured, this could put you out of the gym for many months, depending on the severity of the injury. So important to make sure that we are pushing our bodies with the right challenge. We are not just ego lifting with bad form. That's going to then put us at injury risk. And also as well, time under tension is super important. If you are lifting weights and because you are ego lifting, you're doing only a few reps super quick, then we need to make sure that the body is put under a consistent time under tension. You're going to get way much more benefit lifting a weight. For example, if you're doing bench press, if instead of doing your reps over 10 to 15 seconds, if you slow that weight down and you're doing it over 30 to 45 seconds instead, over your given set, that is where you are going to get, that is where you're going to get better results, as opposed to ego lifting and having less muscle tension. So the fix for ego lifting is to control the weight, focus on reps, not plates. Leave 1 to 2 reps in reserve. So controlling the weight, super important. When you're bringing it down the eccentric part of the movement, nice and controlled, and then slowly back up to the top again, nice and controlled through the concentric portion. Remember, the reps are the way to grow our bodies. It is not about the weight that you lift. It is important to lift a good amount of weight, but depending on your goals and depending on where you're at currently, it is no need to whack some serious weight on the bar and then have bad form. There is no excuse for not having form over weight. So guys, this is a quick question. Have you guys ever ego lifted before? Uh, just as a quick recap in terms of what we've run through so far. So we've run through mistake number one, which is the main reasons of why, the first reasons of why you have the mistakes killing your gains is because you don't follow a program, you're just doing random workouts. Mistake number two, you're ego lifting. So in terms of the no program, you're not prioritizing progressive overload, inconsistent stimulus, and you can't track improvement. That's why it's killing your gains. In terms of the fix, a simple split. So you can even do a full body 3-day-a-week split, nice and simple. Really important to track weights and sets. Mistake number two that I've just quickly run through is ego lifting. So it kills your gains because of bad form, injury risk, less muscle tension. Really important to control the weight, focus on reps, not plates. And moving on to mistake number three is not eating enough. And this is a huge mistake for beginners, and this is why it will kill your gains. So the reasons of why it kills your gains is you can do all of the fantastic workouts that you want, but your muscles can't grow without the correct fuel. So you can send all of the signals from doing a fantastic workout, but if you are not fueling your body with the right nutrition, then your muscles can't grow. If you are training hard, but you're pretty much eating like a bird, then there's not a surprise of why your body isn't growing. Going to the gym alone won't change your body. It's all about the nutrition side of things. So as a fix for not eating enough, super important to make sure that you go online to a online calorie calculator. Type in TDEE. That is a calorie calculator that you can have a look at. You'll fill out your information such as your weight, height, activity level, be honest. And then depending on your goal, if you're either looking to lose weight or if you're either looking to build muscle, will depend on the calories that you need. In terms of the protein target for what you need to have, anything between 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight is more than enough in terms of your protein target. And I wouldn't get too caught up in this. The one thing I would say is to make sure that you have a good source of protein with each of your meals. So if I wouldn't get too caught up in the number, but it's really important that you spread this nice and separate across each of your 3 meals. So protein target 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Eat around your workouts, and consistency beats perfection. So comment eat if this might be for you in terms of not eating enough. This is definitely something that I've encountered in the past, being an ectomorph previously. Dolce, what would your advice be for a guy at age 36 with a 29% body fat? So what I'd recommend for you to do, just as a quick question to that, a quick answer, is to work out your calories that you need to have every day. So you can go online to a online calorie calculator, as I said, so TDEE calculator. Work out your current maintenance calories of what you need to have day to day. And then I would subtract, to begin with, 250 calories off your maintenance level and see how your body reacts to that over the next 2 to 3 weeks. You don't want to drop your calories too fast, too soon, because you don't want to basically shock your system. You want to have it as a smooth curve in terms of losing the weight. So I would do calorie calculator, then have a look at 250 calories, reducing it off that maintenance level number, then having a look at what I'm tracking or what I'm eating every day. So it will take time, but if you are in a small calorie deficit. You can see how your body responds. If you're then losing weight, 1 to 2 pounds every week, then that is good and that is consistent, and you can see how your body progresses from there. So I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, please let me know. So we've just covered mistake number 3, which is not eating enough. So it's probably one of the most common when it comes to the top 5 gym beginner mistakes, killing your gains. It kills your gains, just as a recap, because your muscles can't grow without fuel. Training hard and eating like a bird is not going to get you to the results that you want. So it's really important in terms of your protein target, targeting around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of your body weight, of your goal body weight. Eat around your workouts, and consistency beats perfection. You need to go online and make sure that you identify how many calories that you need to have each day. If you don't know how to do that, you go online to a TDEE calculator, type in calorie calculator, fill out your information. Really good in terms of working out what you need to have every day as a estimate. So moving on to mistake number 4 of the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains is not having enough rest or doing too much cardio. So again, this could be another one that gets overlooked. But if you are not having enough rest, then the main reasons of why this kills your gains is because in terms of recovering and in terms of seeing the results that you want, your body needs to have the proper rest and recovery, because that then is going to enable your body to grow. If you're going to the gym consistently, if you are doing a lot of cardio, then you are basically your body needs the recovery in order to grow. And overtraining stalls progress. A lot of people, especially beginners, have the misconception that if I go to the gym or if I exercise 4, 5 or 6 days a week, then I'm going to get faster results than the person who's going to the gym 3 days a week. You need to think about getting in shape like a marathon and not a sprint. And remember that the only way that your body can grow is through recovery. You need to send the signals to your body in order to grow. But if you are not resting enough, or if you're doing too much cardio over your strength workouts, then you won't change the shape of your body. So important that prioritizing recovery will implement good growth, and overtraining stalls progress. So in terms of a fix for this, 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night is super important. Make sure that you prioritize at least 2 to 3 rest days per week. And remember that in terms of cardio, it supports your lifting and it doesn't replace it. So if you are doing more cardio sessions in the week than weight sessions, then what you need to do instead is say to yourself, right, okay, if I do 3 gym sessions a week, then maybe I do 1 cardio session. Cycle along those lines. Remember, you want cardio to support your lifts and not replace it. So just as a quick question, how many days a week are you training? Feel free to put it in the comments. Interested to hear from you guys how many days a week you're currently training. So we've just got under 10 minutes left of this live, where we're going through the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. The last mistake when it comes to the mistakes killing your gains for beginners, it is expecting fast results. I've touched upon this. Getting fit and getting in shape or building muscle and changing your physique is a marathon, it's not a sprint. It takes time for your body to grow, and it takes time for your physique to change. The reason why this kills your gains is people quit too early. They put in an element of consistency, but they're not willing to be patient enough just before their body is about to change and before their body is about to grow. If you quit too early, then you will never ever see the results that you want. You need to think about not just going to the gym for a few weeks, not going to the gym for a few months, but you need to be going to the gym for many months and even years, depending on the transformation that you're currently going through at the moment and the expectations that you want. The other reasons of why it kills your gains is, I know online there's a lot of social media expectations around, oh, you can get fast results in X and this amount of time. But realistically, a lot of those social media expectations are unrealistic. And what you need to think about is, look, I'm going to cover myself what I need to do week to week and day to day, and then everything else will take care of itself. Remember, play the long game when it comes to setting yourself realistic expectations. If you're expecting fast results, then I promise you, you won't see the results that you want. The fix to this in terms of expecting fast results is it takes 8 to 12 weeks of consistent diet and exercise to see a visible change in your body. Track strength, track your workouts, track your reps, track your sets, track your weights, even track how you're feeling day to day is super, super important. Not just following the number on the scale. It's, if you're looking and feeling better in the mirror, then how you look on the scale is, to be honest with you, or how much you weigh on the scale is pretty irrelevant, because we all hold weight in different ways. We're all different heights, weights, sizes, shapes. So super, super important to make sure that you play the long game instead of expecting fast results. So in terms of what I just wanted to finish up on is a quick roundup of what I've run through today. So we've run through the top 5 gym beginner mistakes, killing your gains. So we firstly run through mistake number 1. So that is not running through a set program. You're just doing random workouts. The main reasons of why it kills your gains is no progressive overload, inconsistent stimulus. You can't track improvement. The fix is a simple split. So I'd recommend a full body 3-day-a-week split. Track reps and track reps and weight. Mistake number 2 is ego lifting. So the main reason why this kills gains is bad form, injury risk, and less muscle tension. The way that you fix this is control the weight, focus on reps, not plates on the bar. Mistake number 3 is not eating enough calories. This is a huge one. So the main reasons of why this kills gains is muscles can't grow without fuel. If you're training hard consistently, but you're eating like a bird, then your body is not going to grow, or it's not going to see the changes that you want. You need to make sure that you are eating enough calories in order to grow. To fix this, you need to target around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight. Eat around your workouts. Consistency beats perfection, and go online to a TDEE calculator where you can work out how many calories you need to have each day for your current body weight. You can then either be in a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus, depending on your goal. Mistake number 4 is not doing enough rest, or is not having enough rest and doing too much cardio. The main reasons of why this kills your gains is you need to prioritize good rest and recovery in order to grow. Overtraining stalls progress. So if you are training pretty much every day and you are not giving your body the rest and recovery that it needs, then trust me, you won't grow. And to be honest with you, you're going to get injured, and it's going to get to a point where you can't even exercise. So super important to really think about this as a long-term goal. To fix this in terms of the no rest and too much cardio is make sure that you're having 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. You're getting 2 to 3 rest days every week. Remember that cardio supports lifting, it doesn't replace it. So if you are doing more cardio sessions and strength sessions throughout the week, you need to swap that around. And Lastly, mistake number 5. So the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains is expecting fast results. Why it kills your gains is people quit too early, even before they can see the results. They have unrealistic social media expectations. Remember, we're all are on our own path when it comes to fitness. And if you take care of the small things in terms of what you can do day to day, the weeks will accumulate along with the months and the results will come. Remember, when it comes to seeing results, 8 to 12 weeks for a visible change. Track your sets, reps, how you're feeling, journal, all of this stuff. It's super, super important. And remember, it's not just chasing a number on a scale. Remember, we've all got different weights, heights. We all hold our weight in different ways. So super important to go on what you look like in the mirror as opposed to chasing a number on a scale, and super important to play the long game. So that concludes our session today on the top 5 gym beginner mistakes killing your gains. If you guys have got any questions, feel free to DM me afterwards. I'm always happy to help. I really appreciate you guys watching the live today. It is my pleasure to run these sessions in terms of helping you guys achieve your goals. I'll be running my next live soon. I'm going to be scheduling that on my TikTok, so look out for that. Thank you guys again for watching today's live. I hope you found it helpful. Any questions you've got, feel free to DM me. My main goal is sharing my passion with health and fitness and ensuring that I can help you as best as what I can in terms of achieving your goals in 2026. So please reach out to me if there's anything else that I can do. Have a good rest of the day, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.